Okay, this one's going to be a bit longer, so bear with me. I just went through the first 16 fundamental elements of the universe with you guys. Look up the past videos if you're interested in what that means. So, why I wanted to do this longer video is to explain why I'm doing this and what it means to have gotten this far. I've explained the 4 pillars of reality to you guys so that we can get to this point, intellect. This is important because you cannot get to this point without understanding and at least accepting all of these 16 points. Why is this true? Because your intellect cannot function without your free will, cannot function without your faith in the authority figure, cannot function without your perspective and your ability to alter its potential, and it cannot function without the ability to recognize truth, wisdom, or become redeemed as a fallible person in general. The whole point being, without these 16, this won't make as much sense. If you get to this point and you don't have these symbols up here, unfortunately what that means is that you are going to have a flawed logic at best, and everything you process down here needs all of this up here. For example, if we were to look into the idea of the mind, in order to understand the mind, we need to understand humanity. And we need to understand the free will of humanity, the faith of humanity, the perspective of humanity, and the truth that humanity looks at. Same thing with manifest, which is basically our intellect going out into the world and absorbing a lot of the things and transforming. If you don't have intellect, you can't have manifest. In order to have that intellect, you need to understand all of these. So from now on, I'm going to be talking about these later on, and I'm going to be explaining all of this as well. So you might be thinking, that's great. That's all well, good and all, but I don't really need all of your gobbledygook to understand the world. And in your worldview, you might be right. You might be fully capable of understanding all the things that you understand because you're able to understand them. But if you're going to try and understand redemption, but you don't have a proper worldview, the way you get to that redemption will be different than what is truthful, if that makes sense. And this goes with any element. If you have a wrong idea of the mind, how are you supposed to be able to function as a person and reason as a person if your worldview, your perspective is flawed to begin with? Now you might say, how dare you say my perspective or my worldview or my truth is flawed? Like, how can you say that? And I can say that because these 4 come from this understanding, this authority right here. Now whether you understand it or not, you pull everything you understand from an authority. It can be your own authority, it can be your parents' authority, it can be a mentor's authority, it can be a religious authority, but there is an authority. So I hope this helps, and I hope from now on we can talk about all these other things with this understanding.